We have Grandmaster Vaishali coming in, and you can see her there sporting a Westbridge jacket. Her sponsor there, Westbridge, and Vaishali has qualified to the candidates this year, and she's playing at the World Rapid Championships. Her opponent in this round is none other than Rakshita Ravi. In the background, you can see Savita Shri, another young talent from Chennai, and there you see Rakshita. So, all the Chennai girls sitting together here, and Rakshita and Vaishali have played several games against each other. Vaishali has a huge plus score, but the last time they played at the World Blitz 2023, it was Rakshita who scored a surprising win against Vaishali. Will she manage to spring a surprise again? A handshake, and off we go. Pawn to e4 by Rakshita. And Vaishali plays the Scandinavian, and Rakshita doesn't even flinch. She quickly develops a knight, queen a5. Let's see what Rakshita does here. Bishop to f5. So Vaishali taking her chances in the rapid, playing openings, which maybe are not her main weapons. e6 played. And once you get these moves like c6, knight f6, looks pretty cool for black to play the Scandinavian. But of course, you are lagging behind in development here. Knight comes out to f6. Castles played. And Vaishali brings her bishop out to b4. Putting pressure on the knight. The knight can swing over from e2 to g3, but bishop d2 played. And now knight to c6. Vaishali is going for long castle, I feel. a3 played. The bishop takes on c3. Bishop takes c3, attacking the queen. Queen goes back to b6. Now two pieces are attacking on d4. a4 played here by Rakshita. She wants to go a5. And Vaishali plays her pawn to a5, securing the b4 square for her knight. White has the lead in development, and maybe somewhere you want to open up the position. First goes bishop b5, but I think Vaishali can now quickly castle here. Short castle seems like the right decision. She does play short castles here. The rook can now go to d8, putting pressure on the d4 pawn. And we have knight to d2 played. The knight is coming to c4. The queen is a little bit uncomfortable here. Knight to b4 played by Vaishali. She's eyeing the c2 pawn. And bishop takes b4 played. A takes b4 by Vaishali. Now she has a little bit more space for her queen. But if knight c4, you must go back queen a7. So knight c4, queen goes back to a7. Eyeing the d4 pawn, keeping an eye on that pawn. And a5 played. Wow, this is actually very interesting play by Rakshita. She may even want to go a6. Vaishali can simply bring her rook to the center of the board now. And will she play that? Rook a d8. Yes, a great move by Vaishali. Centralizing her rook. Maybe c3 is what you need to play. Yeah, pawn to c3. Let's say take, and do we go c5, trying to put pressure on the d pawn. Vaishali takes, pawn takes. And first she goes c6, hitting the bishop. And after the bishop moves away, bishop a4. Maybe a very good move is c5. Wow, brilliant play by Vaishali, showing why she's one of the best in the world. Amazing play. And look at her time on the clock. She has 13 minutes. So start with 15. She's used only 1.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Rakshita is down to 4 minutes. So bishop takes bishop, queen takes, pawn takes pawn taken. And now Vaishali is going to be a pawn up after she captures the pawn on d4. She takes it with the queen. Queen takes d4. And Rakshita now goes queen to b3. Eyeing the b7 pawn. And Vaishali quickly goes in with her knight. So she is looking at the d2 square, the c3 square. The queen and the rook are well placed. Rook e1 played. And this is a mistake because now rook c8. And the threat is to take the knight. And if you try to defend it here, then there could be some brutal tactics. Rook c8, rook c1. And somehow it's not so easy. She goes rook c8. Beautiful move found here by Vaishali. So rook c1 is kind of forced, but she goes knight b6, blundering into knight d2. A fork. A brutal fork. And you might argue that, okay, c8 is also hanging. But the thing is, after knight d2, when the queen moves, so queen moves away, I just simply move the rook because the rook on f1 is trapped. And so Vaishali is totally winning here. But look at her calculating it through. So calm, cool and collected. That's Vaishali for you, always. And just making the final calculations here is Vaishali. Because there are other tempting options. I mean, a move like rook c3 would be a mistake because of rook e4 perhaps. Knight d2, queen goes to e3. And now a very simple, nice move is rook d8. So that the rook here is trapped, finds it. Beautiful chess. So queen takes queen. Rook takes. And now rook d1. So that you can't take, your rook is hanging. But rook fd8, beautiful move, because if you save the rook now, there is knight f3 check and you lose the rook on d1. So rook c1 played. Vaishali chops off the rook on d1. Rook on f1 takes here, and now rook d1 played. The rooks are getting traded. Rakshita resigns. Vaishali scores a resounding win here, and the accuracy with which Vaishali played was off the charts. Insane play. And by the way, this is a very nice frame with Vaishali, Rakshita, Savita and Divya. These are the 4 future players of Indian chess, and a great game here. I hope you enjoyed it.